Greetings. Welcome to Fit and Free with me. I'm Angel. You can call me Auntie Angel. I'm going to take my shoes off and get to my minimums for today and invite you to join me if you feel like it, to whatever degree feels good in your body. I'd like to remind you there's not one right way or one wrong way. There are many right ways and many wrong ways to take good care of your body. Give yourself a little bit of extra love. I'm going to just crank this down a little bit so that you can see me. And I'm still working on my level 1 yoga certification, yoga instructor certification, which I've been working on passively for a while. But in that spirit, I'm going to be working on my Sanskrit words because that's what's holding me up. And I am also still going through a digestive health series for my own benefit because I've been having some issues, both due to stress and food supply and various poisons in the environment, right? Whatever it is, it all adds up to dysfunction in the gut, and the brain and the gut are highly interconnected. So one dysfunctions, the other dysfunctions, and vice versa. And so this series of poses I have picked out specifically to help me dissipate stress and also check in with my body and also give my digestive system a little bit of extra attention. So the series I'm going to be doing, you might recognize this if you've been following me for a while because I've been using the same whiteboard. And I am aware you can't read it, it's backwards, but I'm just showing you what I'm working with in case you wonder what I'm staring at when I look down here. And I'm going to be covering cat-cow or Marjaryasana and Bittalasana. Marjaryasana is cat and Bittal Asana. I don't know how anybody knows if these are pronounced correctly or not, but downward facing dog is another one I'm going to do. Adho Mukha is the Sanskrit name for that, and child's pose, Balasana, and supine twist, Supta Matsyender Asana. Still a twisty one, tongue twister and spine twister. Bridge pose, or Setu Bandha Saravang Asana, which is ironically the hardest, longest to say and the hardest, longest to get into and out of. Coincidence? Extended puppy pose, Uttana Shishosana. The funnest one to say, but not necessarily the funnest one to do. And yeah, that's it. 6 poses I'm going to try to get through. I'll probably throw in a little bit of transition here and there, but let's see how we do. I'm going to start in tabletop pose. I'll start with a little britches pull up just for good measure, and then with a relatively flat back, knees under hips, hands under shoulders, looking for that energy out the spine and out the tip of the head and out the tailbone. And then with the breath, I'm going to do some Marjaryasana and Bittalasana. And I'm going to do a full breath on each one, starting with the exhale. Inhale, and then actually I'm going to reverse that and inhale from flat back. And then exhale into Bittalasana. Lifting through the chest and the tailbone. Coming back to center, and I'm going to tuck these toes under and come into downward facing dog or Adho Mukha, pressing into those heels, trying to get a straight line from the fingertips all the way through to the tailbone, Tipping that tailbone toward the back of my head. I'm going to tread my heels, bending the right knee a little bit, pressing into that left, and then bending the left knee and pressing into the right heel. Again, into that left heel, and then into the right, to both heels. I'm actually going to come down into a little bit of a cobra pose from there, because that feels right to me at the moment. It's for a nice counter stretch, relaxing those toes behind me. Pretty sore today from pushing my body last night. I did a little gig, not quite up for it, but the show must go on, so it did. I'm going to come from this cobra pose, just relaxing the belly, trying to just allow my belly to relax and that. And then I'm going to push back with the arms, coming into child's pose or balasana. Into a nice relaxed position. I'm just going to move up so you can see me. And bringing the arms to either side, just finding a nice comfortable, relaxed position here, either with the forehead on the floor or head turned to one side or the other. I'm just going to enjoy a few breaths here. I'm going to adjust some things so I'm comfortable. I'm just trying to relax. Let go. Just fully releasing, feeling into the body, noticing where there's tension still holding, and just relaxing that. I'm going to actually come up a little bit and then move the knees apart and bring the body in between those knees. Bringing the elbows down for a little bit of an extended or a transitional pose. I don't know what this one is called, but it's maybe a version of a frog or something. But anyway, just kind of rolling those hips. Getting a nice alternative stretch. And then I'm going to come all the way up onto my knees and come into that bridge pose or Setu Bandha Sarangha Asana, reaching back for the heels one at a time, just to keep my balance, and then pushing forward, letting the head come back if that's comfortable, pushing those hips forward. This one is difficult for me, which is why I've added it. It's challenging. I'm having some real issues with my shoulders and arms, so I may have to replace that. But if you're into it, continue and make sure and listen to your own body to get through that. I'm going to come from that into the extended puppy pose, still from the knees. And it's sort of like the downward facing dog, except for from the knees, and it's actually a little bit more challenging for me in many ways. I'm going to stretch out those fingertips, let them slide along the floor. I'm trying to keep about a 90-degree angle from my lower legs to my upper legs. Kind of sticking the butt up in the air like a puppy dog, wagging around even. And really getting a nice opposite stretch through my shoulders that I was getting in that bridge pose, which actually feels better, but still challenging. And I'm just going to breathe into that for a breath or two. Try to ignore the spiders crawling on me, or was it a fly? I don't know. Something's on me. Didn't do a very good job of ignoring it, did I? All right. Uttana Shishosana. That was puppy pose, or my version of it. Again, that's a quick sequence of 6 poses that I am doing for my own digestive health. And so I thought I would share those with you. Let me know what you think. I am by no means perfect at demonstrating them. And these, obviously, I'm not walking you through all the details. I'm just sort of trying to put it all together. But I am making videos where I'm breaking down each of these individual poses and talking more about them, and both for my own benefit and for yours. So let me know what you think, and be sure and hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and a comment if you got some suggestions or questions. As always, stay curious, stay free, stay fit, and if you can, stay free. Ciao for now.